This is a GAD TV video.
You are born free, but you'll die a slave. So therefore you are not free. But you are told that you are by the government and the mainstream media propaganda. So because of what they tell you, you will think that you are free. Now try going somewhere without spending any money. You may think that you can, but you can't. Because to live on this planet you need money to live and survive on it. But to get the money that you need to survive with on this planet you will have to work. For a good part of your life or all of your life, because after all you are a slave, and they own you. And you did not know it. So open your eyes and start to see that you are not free at all. For the bankers and the ruling elite with big corporations have you all enslaved. So on this home planet of ours, you will have to buy everything you need to keep you alive on this planet, our world, our home, upon which we are all born into. And so this is how they have come to own you and your children and their children's children's. And will do so for many future generations to come. Because of the money they will have you and your children and their children's children's working for, from the day that you are born, till the day that you all die. For they do not care about you or your family, they only care about themselves and no one else. They only care about making big fat profits for themselves. Because after all the bankers own everything and as a slave you have no rights to own anything at all, you only have use of it while you are alive on this planet. So you can never own anything, so nothing can ever be yours. So you are a slave, get over it. But they are also living beings just like you and me. And yet we allowed them to enslave all of us, and now those living beings will have us all, making everything that we all need to survive on this planet. So be a good slave and do as you are told and don't ask questions of your enslavers, for if you do they will punish you and they will make you pay for asking questions of them or about your enslavement. So how have they enslaved us all? What did they use to do that with? Well, with money of course, which it has never had any value at all, for it's worthless, it is just a piece of worthless paper. That has never ever had any value at all. So you might ask, why do we use it if it has enslaved us? Because the banks and the government tell us with help from the mainstream media that it is valuable, so we accept it as so. After all, they would not lie to us, would they? So just keep on working and obey your enslavers, for they own you and your families. So do you still think that you are free, to come and go whenever you want to in this life, on this world that we call our home planet, upon which we are all born free but end up being enslaved, where we will have to work until we die? Are you awake yet, or are you just starting to wake up and now you are seeing the truth? The real, true truth, of your enslavement, for the first time in your life, oh, and how it will hit you. Now that you know that you are a slave, you have to learn to live with it and get over it as well. And live your life the best way you can. All the best. Terry GAD 2015.
Hello viewers to my YouTube channel. Just an update on the Terry V vlogs here. Instead of doing one where we're going to the job centre and that today, because we're not, because it's happened to be Friday. Anyway, what it is I've had a letter from Set Job Centre, as you can see, Job Centre Blast. And what it is, it's the Mandatory Works Programme. I have been selected to go on this programme, and what it is, it starts on the 4th of August and it ends on the 31st of August, right? And which you've got to do at least, I think it's 30 hours a week or whatever, and for 4 weeks, okay, basically. And on Tuesday the 4th of August I have to report at 10 o'clock to the Sedgemoor's Furnishings at Unit 10, Wheels Estate, Salmon Parade in Bridgewater, to carry out my mandatory work placement. Now, I don't mind doing it, but when you look into the law, mandatory means forced to do something when you don't really want to do it. That means you have to do it, whether you like it or not. Okay? And the other thing is, if you don't go on this so-called mandatory work placement, right, you'll get your benefit stopped or sanctioned for anything up to 3 years, depending on how many times you do it. Okay? That means you don't get a choice to do it or not. That means you have to do it. That means one, you're being forced into it against your human rights, and the other is you're being blackmailed into doing it by having your benefit. You do it or we'll stop your money. Okay? And that's a crime. Blackmail is a crime. But hey, when it comes to the government and so-called bankers and the Secretary of State, then it's okay. It's okay. But if we was to do this sort of thing, force somebody to do work, blackmail them, we'd get prosecuted. Yeah, now there's a thought, isn't there? Look out for a petition online from Anonymous that goes on about the so-called against your human rights and that, and also against the law, for starters. You cannot force someone to do something, like enforce them into a labour situation whereby they have to work, whether they like it or not. You don't get no choice, pal. You got to do it. Like I said, I don't mind doing it because it gives you something to do. But the point is, you're being forced into do it under pretenses of it's the taxpayers. The taxpayers are complaining about so many people claiming and all that. It's putting a drain on the taxpayer. But then again, you see, when you really look into what happens to the tax that you actually pay the government, it doesn't actually go to pay for the benefits. And in fact, it goes, would you believe it, to pay off set loans that the government have borrowed from the banks. Now, you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? Don't take my word for it. Go check it out online for yourself. Okay? That's the only way that you can set yourself free and understand what's really going on. That you're being controlled by a bunch of corporate puppets. Paid puppets. And they are paid by the set corporations. Okay? So when the 4th of August comes along, I shall be making a set video clips about the whole shebang, about how it goes and how I feel, and being forced into doing something I shouldn't be, have to do, and that sort of stuff. I'll be updating you because I just bust off a bug that landed on my arm for some unknown reason. Must have thought I was yummy. Anyway, excuse. Yeah, as I was saying, yes, we will be making updates of it whenever we can on this mandatory works program. Yes, we will be keeping you up to date on that and making a whole video of that, the whole situation. You never know, it might turn into a hit movie. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because I should be looking out for stories of mandatory work stories and people's experiences on that and what people say about it, especially against being sanctioned and that sort of stuff, because it's not fair. It's against your human rights. You are born free on this planet, but you don't end up free. Check out your birth certificate. Anyway, that's enough rambling in this video for now, so I'll catch you all again very soon on that. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Gad TV, on YouTube. The more subscriptions, the better. So dandelion seed just went floating by. I thought, oh, here comes the aliens. It's a dandelion seed. Anyway, so I'm trying to hold the phone so it doesn't hurt my arm, because holding it out straight hurts me. Look at that, look at that. A bit of an effect for you. Anyway, so I'll catch you again very soon. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel. The more subscriptions, the better. Yes, because I like people to have their say. So leave a comment if you want, good or bad. I can take it, because I'm that type of person. Okay, have fun. Yes, I will be making a regular videos of this so-called mandatory work program, or forced enslavement, if you want to put it in the correct terms that it is, on YouTube. So if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be able to keep up with updates of the videos that I do, and I'll be edited them into one block of each day or each week. How about that? Yeah, we'll do it each week. So that's 4 weeks, okay, of mandatory work programs coming up, and keep you informed about all the things that happened and how I feel and about the so-called mandatory work programs. And like I said, we'll be looking for stories online soon to find out what other people have experienced on these so-called mandatory work programs. So if you want to keep up, subscribe to Gad TV channel, the most friendliest channel on YouTube, or family friendly channel on YouTube. Anyway, and we try to keep a reasonable language on this channel. Okay, don't forget, subscribing is the best way to keep updated.
A Facebook post from Susan Mason. Most people do not seem to understand that there is a huge difference between real work and a job for a paycheck. Real work is something you do just because you either love doing it, or it is something necessary to survival or comfort, such as cleaning your house or cooking your meals or gardening. A job for a paycheck is something that is forced on us by the system, and to keep us working for a living many bullshit jobs must be created. We are the only species on the planet who has to earn our right to live on this planet.